and it was blood in every single match except for the one that Crazy Mary Dobson had. Her opponent that was supposed to show up had some kind of difficulty getting there, so she no showed. However, she did wrestle a wrestler under a mask by the name of El Drunko, and
Sounds familiar.
his character was hilarious. It was complete. The guy was completely hammered the entire match. He kept having to drink a beer to hulk up, if you will, and yeah, it was really funny. And of course, Crazy Mary Dobson pinned him in very quick time. So, however, Nick Gage, or as I say, Nick fucking Gage, as the crowd was going crazy. Um, Very very lively crowd, very very large crowd. Um, I took a picture with a character called the Blood Whore. Now, what the Blood Whore was a sex blow up doll with a that was crucified to a bunch of light tubes, and it was used as one of the fans bring their weapons match. And let me tell you something, it was crazy. The first match was a cage match with Madman Pondo, and that was a very very brutal match. Broken glass, blood everywhere, and I mean everywhere. So it was really a great show. If that's the kind of wrestling you're into, believe you me, you it was the place to be.
Sounds great. It sounded great.
It was a sellout crowd,
Of how
and
selling crowd. Oh well, how much does the barn hold?
I don't know. I don't know those numbers, but I can tell you that I know the promoters said that every ticket was sold, so that means I guess to them that was a sellout. I'd probably if I had to guesstimate, I'd say there was probably 100, maybe 300 people.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there was a shitload of people. There was a boatload. I mean, there was a bunch of people, and it was really cool, you know. And to watch them all move and scatter when the wrestlers came out of the ring to fight, I'm telling you, it just made me laugh. I sat next to Pondo most of the night because he sat at his gimmick table and I sat next to him, and we were sitting there shooting the shit and making jokes, and he's really a really cool down to earth cat. I've known him for a while, but we got to really know each other at this show.
Oh, I'm sure he took a liking to you again.
He did, yeah, yeah. He kept calling me Alfie, and it was really cool.
How was your interaction with Gage? Because I know you took the picture, which thank you by the way. You took the picture of him holding the South Park.
Man, let me tell you something. He was really cool. He was very, very receptive. He loved the picture. He absolutely loved the picture. And the one thing that Nick, everybody was really impressed with was the wall mural that I've done at the Haunted Barn. Pondo really loved the drawing that I did of him, and he flipped out when he saw the South Park that you made for him. He went ape shit. He was like, "Oh my god, man, this is fucking cool. I love these things. I see them all over the place, and I've always wanted one done of me, and no one's ever
Oh,
done one." I said,
oh
"Well,"
shit.
I said, "There you go, brother, just for you." And he goes, "Man, that's great." He goes, "Thank you so very much." I said, "Bro, it's my pleasure." I said, I'd be happy to do it. I'm happy to do it for you." And I said, "My little brother made these for you, made the South Parks for you." I said, "We do a podcast and all that," and he was really nice and he was extremely receptive. And Nick was really cool. Nick was, kind of laid back, kind of, how do I put this? He was really business minded, so he kind of wanted to get there and get in the zone and get his mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, well,
So,
that's he probably because he just he had a show the night before because I know that because
mhm.
he worked a friend of mine named whose gimmick name is Monster Mac. They worked I believe somewhere here in Jersey, and then he worked that. I think he did a show. He had to do well. I don't think he had to do a show on Sunday, but I know he did go somewhere else. So he's just more of get what he's gonna do done, but also get what he has to do done right.
Yeah, that's exactly the attitude that I got. That was exactly the mind, the impression that I got. I'm like, he's cool, but he wants to get in the zone. And I've known wrestlers like that, that's, they don't mind to sit and shoot the shit, but after they get what they have to get done, you know. And it's
Oh,
like, yeah,
absolutely.
I'm sorry, what?
No, I said absolutely. Yeah, I had that interaction with Cage from Lucha Underground because like I met with him and talked to him after his match a few weeks ago at Pro Wrestling Syndicate, So he I totally understand that, and that's why like I much rather meet guys after they get what they gotta do done instead of that, because like then it's like it's a rush conversation. It's like a simple hello and da da da
Hmm.
da, and like an autograph signing and a picture. Where it's like I'd rather talk to guys than get a picture and all that nonsense.
Yeah, that's exactly how this was too. You know, but this was before the show, before before any of the fans came in. Now, I didn't announce the show as per plan because the announcer guy showed up. But what I did do was I hyped the show. I was the hype man. I got out, I got on the microphone, and I welcomed everybody to the show. I basically got the crowd into it, which was pretty cool. Um, so I did get to be involved. I honestly, though, if I hadn't been involved, that'd have been fine because this was to have them shine. It had nothing to do with me or anybody in the barn. All the barn guys, we all sat together for a little bit. I mainly sat with Pondo, but then I went over and sat with the guys at the barn, and we had everybody had a great time. It was a great show all the way around. So that being said, let's talk about the news that is wrestling. So here we go.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got a major uh, news worthy week. Um, I guess should we start with the quote unquote wrestling boom of Jeff Jarrett in his Global Force
Yeah,
roster that's announced now? Okay, I heard all this shit of who's rumored to do this. I heard rumors of Goldberg supposedly having one last match there. Not gonna comment on it until I'm gonna read you this roster, and I want you to see. Well, I want your opinion on what you think. If is this a wrestling boom as of yet? So, all right. Well, first off, I know we have. They announced that I guess you could call. They call him the Global Force analyst, which I guess they mean announcer, is former UFC fighter Chael Sonnen. I don't know if the name for you rings a bell because I know you're not, really big on UFC. But
I know about who he is. That's cool.
yeah, yeah, I've seen maybe one of his fights, but he's supposed to be in there. I know Jim Ross still has some sort of involvement with them. Uh, there's talk of Bischoff and Jim Cornette being involved, probably in the booking committee, which is fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
But here's the talent, and let's see if this is a boom. Okay, all right, you got Chris the Adonis Mordetsky, formerly known as Chris Masters, PJ Black, formerly known as Justin Gabriel of WWE, Doc Gallows, formerly Luke Gallows, aka Festus of WWE, Carl Anderson, Moose from Ring of Honor, a former football defensive tackle, I believe his position was. Uh, I'm trying to remember. Well, okay, Lady Tapa, formerly known as Sarita, she is now known as Thea Trinidad. D.H. Smith, the son of Davy Boy Smith, Lance Hoyt, and from TNA, Sonata. Now, he also says that he has 5 continents, 13 promotions he's affiliated with, including New Japan Pro Wrestling and AAA. And who knows who he's going to bring from those companies? I have no idea. But this is the roster he has confirmed. And does it really say Wrestling Boom is coming? Does it really scream WCW or number two
Uh,
wrestling promotion?
Boom, no. That says WWE Lost and Found, and it says these are the guys that he could scrape together to work for him. That's what it says to me.
Yeah, that's what I got. I mean, don't get me wrong, and
Yeah.
this ain't shitting on the guys. Just these are a lot of talented
No,
people,
no.
but
There's a lot of talent there. No, no. And if especially if Cornette is involved in the booking, then they're going to be done right. But fuck me, I don't see that as a wrestling boom.
yeah,
That's just my that's
yeah,
just my opinion.
I don't right now. I don't want to spend too much time on it because we don't know. They could improve more with it, but as of right now, as far as what he said, I'm not impressed because this and I did have. So that's just me personally. And
I'm
also speaking
with
of
you, brother. I
TNA,
hear
they had to cancel their tour in China because they couldn't afford it, and also because they haven't paid their talent about 2 3 months. And so
Holy shit!
yes, and the people in China saw this and saw how much it was going to be to bring in TNA and all the expensive, and they decided to pull the plug on having a tour in China for TNA.
Oh my god! If that's, dude, if that is not the nail in the final nail in the coffin, I don't know what is. I do not see it being around much longer. If this is what's going on, no.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's losing their mind about Billy Corgan, who's this lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins, being on board with TNA. Look, I understand this guy supposedly owned his own wrestling company down the road, well before this, but I don't really know. I don't think that's gonna do any justice either.
That's not going to work because no self-respecting wrestler is going to want to work for a mark promoter. It's not going to work, man, because he's a mark. I mean, I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about him. He lead singer or whatever, but he's a mark, and marks cannot run a promotion. It'll fold faster than anything I've ever seen. I'm telling you right now, that will not fucking work. It's not working now, and it really won't work if he gets in charge. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean they already had Dixie Carter running the ship this
That's what I'm saying. God, it irritates me to no end. Wrestling business in and do it right.
exactly.
You know,
But
that's
like
just the way it is. I mean, I'm
everything,
sorry, but and I don't mean to insult anyone. You know, the lead singer of Smashing Pumpkins and stuff. You know, but and I know how much of a big fan of wrestling he really is, and I know he loves wrestling. But loving it and knowing how to do it are two different things.
mm-hmm.
You know, and if you don't know the business, then don't bother. You know.
Oh, absolutely. Then there's a lot of people who think they know the business, but at the end of the day, once
Oh,
it really comes down to it, they see beyond the bells and whistles, and they go, never mind. And that just goes to show goes to a lot of tough enough people too. Look at all these tough enough guys who were. Who got contracted by WWE or at least tried to be tough enough. And I look at a lot of the people that applied to be in WWE tough enough, like all these video entries, and a lot of these people do not look like in the physical or mental shape. And my dad even said it best: when you're seeing these people who are trying to become a quote unquote WWE superstar, you see a difference between a boy and a man in these videos. And there's a lot of young boys who are in this, thinking, oh, this is my chance to do something,
right.
in quote unquote sports entertainment. But you know, but back to the whole Billy Corgan TNA thing. I don't see that. I don't see that as being a positive in their part. I watch the show, but I watch it loosely. I don't enjoy it as much. It's just more so I watch it so I at least understand where they're going, and also because of hope, and it's something to watch. So I mean that's I well with that I'm not I stopped really. This is just not their year. Last year TNA was doing a little better, but this year it's just not their year. They're not. They don't. Them being on Destination America and cutting it, and supposedly Destination America isn't. They're learning what TNA the TNA wasn't cracked up with. What is what they were to be.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of talk of the people in that company being not too thrilled with TNA and Dixie Carter.
Oh my God.
But can you? But do you not?
Well, yeah. I mean, exactly. I guarantee you, when whoever the powers that be that were the ones that got this show going, and I mean the powers that be for Destination America, when they said, "Oh man, we got a wrestling promotion! Holy shit, we got TNA!" and Hulk Hogan was there, and Sting was there, and Ric Flair was there. Well, they're not there now, and all the guys that they do have are pissed off and fed up. They're not being paid apparently. They're not being valued or treated like they're being valued, evidently, and so when they got it, they're like, "Holy shit, we got this wrestling promotion!" And now a few months later, like, "Fuck, we got this wrestling promotion." Could we maybe sell it or something, or put it on like 3 o'clock in the morning when no one's going to watch? Because that's what they have now. They bought themselves. Dixie Carter pulled a hell of a fucking ruse and sold them on the fact that it was a good thing, and it's not a good thing.
I mean, they couldn't like see it enough from watching Spike TV. Like Spike TV isn't even that great of a channel anymore. Spike TV was good, lost their luster once UFC left, and then once UFC left that company, that channel, I should say, and then they got a Bellator MMA, which is pretty much the TNA of MMA because they got all these 40-year-old fighters in that promotion, and then at the same time, Spike TV had TNA, so it was like, oh well, this kind of makes too much sense. But Spike TV, they don't. Their ratings weren't hot there. They were getting 0.8s. That's why I always pulled aces and eights, aces and 0.8s because they had no fucking ratings going. And what was gonna make any difference? Them going to a channel that like about maybe not even half of America has.
Right, right,
You know that.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's. I'm not surprised in the least that they're having issues. I'm not surprised in the least that I really say this is my prediction. Within a year, I got a pretty good idea it's going to be done.
It's a pretty
So
bold
that's just my
prediction.
opinion.
I mean, TNA, they're like that one. TNA is a lot like how do I put TNA? TNA is like that one little bug that you try that like you think you got it, but then like a day or two later you still see it crawling around in your house. Where like you
Yeah, and you're
think
like,
like
yeah, and
okay
you're
that's
like,
gotta be it, that's
yeah,
gotta
and
be it, but they're still moving.
you're like, you little bastard. I thought I squished you. What the fuck? Yeah, oh yeah, I hear you. I hear that. I hear you. I hear you. But okay, so apparently we both agree that TNA is in trouble apparently, and China doesn't want them, and Dixie Carter doesn't even want it anymore. So
Well, I
I
don't. I
really
think
think.
she still wants it,
Do you
but Billy
think do
Corgan
do you
is gonna
think
be
her
a booker.
dad told her to get rid of it?
No, she still owns it. Billy Corgan is
Okay.
supposedly gonna be a promote like a booker.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to buy the company.
No, 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 no. Yeah, he's gonna be
Oh,
from what people have been saying, he's gonna be a booker.
oh Lord, that's even worse.
Yeah.
That's the blind leading the blind. That's the blind leading the blind into a room with a fake floor, and on that floor are spikes and a big old. That's how bad that is. Holy shit, that's terrible. Oh my god. Okay, I said a year. I take it back. 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that. Oh my god. No, that. Oh Jesus Christ, that can't happen. That's terrible.
I know.
That is absolutely terrible. Jeez Louise. Anyway, let.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say.
Okay, all right, fucker. We're gonna move on to tough enough because you've been waiting.
Ooh. Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure, but I'm telling you now. Just back up and let me have it once you tell me because I am dying to hear this.
Okay. You all right? I'm only doing this now because you asked for it.
Okay,
So okay.
and don't worry. I know I asked for it. I'm waiting.
All right. Okay, so we got for tough enough. The lineup was announced today. And mind you, everyone, he did not look up the news. I'm pretty quick with wrestling news.
Hmm.
Because like I always have people telling me shit. Even when the fuck I wake up and I find out something. So I woke up today, and then I found out that the hosts, the trainers from what I understand, there's gonna be two sets of trainers. It's gonna be Booker T, Lita, and Billy Gunn training people weekly, but the television host lineup is supposed to be Paige, Daniel Bryan, Chris Jericho, and drum roll please. I played for Metallica, brother.
Oh, son of a bitch. Are you fucking kidding me? Fucking Hulk fucking Hogan. That on tough on Toughen Up, seriously? That motherfucker doesn't know the first thing about fucking wrestling. Well, it is WWE. That motherfucker couldn't wrestle his way out of a wet paper fucking bag with a hole punched out with directions leading to the fucking hole. Let me tell you something right now, brother. All that motherfucker is good for is hyping the fucking crowd, getting the name of the fucking building wrong, Silverdome, and fucking telling the fucking guy fucking having a porno fucking movie made where he should have called the girl brother, and he damn near did when it was over with. To me, he'll always be a fucking cartoon with a pulse, and to have him on a show like fucking Tough Enough, where you're supposed to fucking mold these fucking kids into fucking professional fucking wrestling athletes and the fucking sports entertainers, that is like fucking putting fucking Ray Charles in a fucking room where he has to pick out the bad fucking idea. Even he can see it's stupid.
I swear, everybody, he was in a good mood before this all started.
Oh, this is bullshit. What the serious fuck is that all about? Fucking Hulk Hogan on fucking Toughen Up. Then okay, so they can do that, and then they can come in here and kick my fucking dogs too. Sons of bitches. Fucking I don't know who the hell's dick he fucking sucked to get the job, but whoever it is, he should have fucking finished with a big fucking brick right in his fucking mouth. I fucking hate Hulk Hogan. And if he wrestles at WrestleMania 32, that is my fucking bathroom match. I will go take a shit and I'll name it Hogan. Because I'm telling you right now, whoever he fucking works is going to put that glory hound over, fucking make sure he looks like $1 million when he's only worth $2. And I'm tell you something right now, brother, that piece of shit who still talks shit about Andre, who still talks shit about Randy Savage, who is now talking shit about the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, he's talking shit about him because all these fucking guys are fucking dead and they can't fucking defend themselves. Talk shit about Ric Flair, motherfucker. Talk shit about Ricky Steamboat. Talk shit about Roddy Piper. Talk shit about Jake the Snake, because all four of those guys can beat your ass with their fucking left hand tied behind their fucking back, you piece of shit. Fuck you, Hulk Hogan. I hope you die tomorrow.
Well, I guess now's a bad time to say that he supposedly competed in the UFC Octagon when UFC first started.
That's the biggest load of bullshit I ever fucking heard. Let me tell you something. Dana White could whip his ass. Put him in the UFC fight against fucking what's his name, Punk. Put him in there against CM Punk. Put that shit on fucking pay-per-view. I will buy 10 million fucking shares just to watch CM Punk ram Hulk Hogan's head up his ass and fucking twist it around and then make him fucking spit out Skittles, that son of a bitch. I hate Hulk Hogan.
Oh man, yeah. I swear he was in a good mood today. Man, I felt your blood pressure going up from here. Holy shit!
Woo! I'm dizzy. Fucking
God.
Hulk Hogan. Oh god dang, I hate that son of a bitch. I swear to God, I've never liked him. He's never been the guy. That I always thought he was a goof, even when I was a kid. I never rooted for him when I watched him on TV. I never liked him. When a guy cuts a promo, you need to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to touch you, like the hard times speech that Dusty Rhodes does, or anything Steve Austin said was great, or Ric Flair. I mean, when he came out and said he was the man, you believed it. But when Hogan came out with say your prayers and take your vitamins and train and all that shit, and brother, it was stupid. It wore me out. I'm like, this is dumb. So I've never been a Hulk Hogan fan. When I got his action figures when I was a kid, I always made him lose. The first thing I did when I got my LJN, and this is going back some years, kids, when I got my LJN Hulk Hogan, because he came with the belt, I got him the same day that I got the ring, I got Hogan, and I want to say Iron Sheik. I already had Piper, I had Steamboat, of course, Oddly enough, Ricky Steamboat was not my first LJN figure. He was my second LJN figure. My first one was Tito Santana in the purple trunks. And I had Santana, and I had somebody else, the Russian. What the hell was his name?
Nikolai.
Nikolai Volkov. The first thing I did when I got the ring built and I got everyone in the ring and I was playing with my wrestlers, I had a battle royal, and then I had Hulk Hogan come out as a special challenge, and Ricky Steamboat beat him for the belt. And to this day, on my mantle is my childhood Ricky Steamboat LJN figure with Hulk Hogan's belt around his waist. I still have it, and it's still right there. I've never been a Hogan fan. I did, honest to God, root for Andre at WrestleMania 3. Uh, that's just the way it was.
Well,
Uh,
it's pretty remarkable because I know you were pretty young back then, in '87, and
yeah, I was 10.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
I was 10
it's
years
pretty.
old.
That's pretty amazing that because not too many people. Well, according to Stephanie McMahon, she didn't like Hulk Hogan either as a kid because she
Right.
admitted that on Jericho's podcast. And I was like, wow, yeah. And by the way, that was a bunch of bullshit.
Oh, well, I listened to it, and I was just disgusted. I was like, okay, that's
Oh, I was
fine.
bored out of my mind.
Yeah, I mean, you warned me. You said it was boring, but I wanted to listen to it anyway, just because I just wanted to listen to it.
Yeah.
And because Stephanie does give a good interview, but this one, man, she didn't. I don't know what the hell. You know, usually she gives a pretty good interview, bro, and this one wasn't. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I don't know
Well, Vince was
if
standing right there.
what is it? Say it again.
Vince was standing right there.
Oh, well, then that explains it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because she's like a talking. Let me ask you a question. In your opinion, because this was actually brought up on Saturday, because the boys were talking. Do you think the Macho Man thing is true?
Oh, I wouldn't doubt. Well, the way that WWE's ignoring it, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Like they
Yeah.
don't say anything about it. They mention nothing at all about it. They always dodge it. So I'm like, yeah, you're basically making people think it's true.
Exactly. By not discussing the elephant in the room, you're more or less admitting to it.
Yeah.
So either say no, it's bullshit, or yeah, it happened, big fucking deal, move on. Because it's not a big deal. It's just, well, if it happened, admit it. If it didn't happen, big fucking deal. He's dead. It's not like he can come out and say, yeah, I did it. You
Right.
know. So but
I did it.
anyway.
Yeah, dig it.
Brother, I took her and I bent her over, and then I kind of like I shoved my dick in her ass, and she liked it. She like, oh yeah. So it was good.
Oh.
Oh man, like I said, Eric, when I get to hell, I'm not gonna room with you. I'll be in too much trouble as it is. I tell that to all my friends. I'm like, hey, when I get to hell, we're not rooming together. And but no, I gotta tell you, I didn't enjoy this interview, and now that I know that Vince was there, now I understand. Okay.
Yeah, I mean the only thing I really enjoyed was when she was like, "Oh, I didn't like Hogan. I like the Killer Bees," and she was saying,
Hmm.
"I'm like, is she saying this because she means it, or is she saying this because it's the cool thing to say in 2015 for the wrestling fans who are like who want to say, oh, the workhorses were the better ones." You know, I found that a little
To be
to be
honest, I don't know. I really think she probably meant it about Hogan at least, because I know that she loved Andre.
that.
And
Yeah,
she,
you're right.
and
They
she, and,
were,
and she was
she
Andre's
called him his
girl. I
friend.
mean, yeah, she was. I've seen a lot of the childhood pictures of Stephanie with Andre, and you can tell that she genuinely loves him, and I know he loved her too. And yeah, I can see that. I can understand that. And you gotta think WrestleMania 3. She was what, like maybe 6, maybe. So I don't think she understood wrestling at that time. And according to her, you know, thinking like a 6-year-old kid, that mean old Hulk Hogan guy is going to beat up her Uncle Andre. That didn't sit with her. So she didn't like it. Yeah, I mean like that. So but Yeah, that's just what I believe that. I don't know about the killer bees. I don't know why anybody would like them, but um,
Fuck the blind.
and made him fucking
I
humble.
won't ever understand. I don't know. Well, to me, I from what I saw the Sheik documentary, I think all his shoots on people are a little bit, at least the least bit worked now.
Well, about that, let me tell you. I Saturday when I was at the show, we had him on. We had him on last week, Mike Tawney. Mike was talking about that. He was at a show with where Shiki was, and going down the line at this show, there was Harley Race, Jim Cornette. Um, I want to say it was Bob Orton, Ace Orton, and Iron Sheik. Okay, and people were walking up to meet Shiki, and Shiki was doing the promos on people, and he was asking them before they filmed it, do you want babyface promo or do you want heel promo? And he was charging $20 per heel promo. And they would film it, and he'd go, "These fucking guys are fucking jabroni. I beat their fucking ass, break their back, and make them fucking humble." He was going off on him. It was hilarious. And then when it was over, when the guy said cut, he goes, "You like promo? Okay, good. Thank you very much. And you like promo? Okay." Down to earth, sweet as he could be. And if you cut a babyface promo, he goes, "Oh, these guys tough. These guys champion. These guys world champion." I mean, just putting them over huge. And so yeah, I think a lot of it's probably worked.
Yeah. Once I saw
You know.
the documentary and I saw his well, I guess you could say family friend. It was basically a son of someone that Sheik was friends with. It was this guy's son, and this guy looked up, and this kid, well, who was not a kid, he's older than me, but he like younger guy looked up to Sheik when he was a young kid because he said that like Iron Sheik was like, you know, was like a hero because he was one of my people, and one of my people was a world champion, and he was the responsible for Sheik doing these heel promos because they first started it on Kramer, the guy who made the racist stuff. Kramer
Oh
from
yeah.
Seinfeld. And yeah, and so like the first video she did was about Kramer, and he got like a couple million views for it
Oh,
day
wow.
like within days.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so
that's
that's kind of how that all started.
wow. Huh.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then that makes better sense then.
Yeah. So once I found that, I'm like, all right. And then they showed Hogan and Sheik hugging each other.
Yeah.
So once I saw, it, I was like, yeah, it's all work. Which it's hilarious because it's hilarious, but it's fucked up because that means and I really don't want to go into detail for indifferent reasons, but that to me looks like Rob Feinstein charged people for something that was a work.
It sounds like it, and
Because Rob Feinstein charged people for that Iron Sheik interview a while back, and that
mhm.
just makes me think, well, good way to get money.
Well, yeah, exactly. And if that exactly is the case, then it is what it is. But I know a lot of those shoot interviews aren't works, and I've seen quite a few. But the ones that are, I'm not surprised. I'm really not.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of for someone who paid for them. I don't really pay for shoots, so like it's not like any different to me. But people who did buy them, that's that's kind of messed up.
Definitely,
you know. But
definitely.
but speaking of works, you and I personally, we don't really care too much for boxing, but the big fight, the what they called the quote unquote fight of the century between Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao happened on Saturday. Mayweather won the fight, got supposedly got 125 million, but there's a
Oh my
little birdie
God.
going around saying that the fight was supposedly a work.
Huh. Well, what
So
a
that,
what a surprise that a boxing match was a work. What a shock.
yeah,
I think boxing is the biggest work since professional wrestling, and I mean that in any boxing. We all know that in boxing, and this is the truth, that people can bet on it. It's heavily influenced by the wrong people, if you know what I mean.
yes,
Um, and yeah, we're not going to get into that. But so I think that if a certain boxer, whether I mean just any boxer, is told you go down, you go down. Because if you don't go down, you go way down, as in like 3 feet underground, if you know, or 6 feet underground, if you know what I mean.
right.
More than once, I've more than once, brother, I've seen it. I've heard about it, and it's kind of scary, really.
Yeah, but I mean,
So, do I believe it? Do I think it's a work? Sure, why not? Honestly, you mean people are just now catching on? This has been going on for hundreds of years, and they're just now catching on. What the serious fuck is that all about? And I guarantee you, I don't give a fuck what anybody says. I guarantee you that they're neither one of those guys are not, or neither both of those guys are sitting pretty as far as money goes.
oh yeah,
So, did he get paid 125 million? Holy shit! You know, how much money did Picao, or was that
Pacquiao.
Picao, right? Whatever. How much money did he get paid?
I don't
You
know.
know,
I don't know how much he got paid. I'm sure it's a couple million.
yeah.
Probably not as much as Mayweather, but I know he was paid off. And once I found that out, I was like, ha ha, now whose sport is a work, motherfuckers?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, because when I first heard about it, they said, "Oh, boxing and he got paid off." I'm like, yeah. I mean, have you not noticed any of the old fights with Rocky Marciano? Do you really think he was that badass? No, the fucking guy got paid to take a dive.
Now now this ain't going for a lot of like I knew Muhammad Ali was tough. We all know how tough Mike Tyson was. We
Right,
you know
right, but you know, a guy like Mayweather, and this I'm probably gonna open a can of worms with this, but I think in his prime, getting in the ring with a guy like Tyson or Muhammad Ali, they both would have mopped the ring with this kid. So
yeah.
I don't think for a minute, excuse me, I don't think for a minute he's as legit tough as he's made out to be. I've watched him, and he's a good fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I also don't think he's as tough as people make as he's made out to be. So
And he's definitely not the smartest because there's a lot of talk that he can't read.
no shit, really.
Yeah, with all the money he's got, you mean to tell me you couldn't invest in in some reading?
You mean to tell me this motherfucker couldn't get hooked on phonics? That's just sad, baby. That's just sad. I mean, come on now. I before E except after C, then you throw the jab and you say fuck it. There you go. You know. Okay, that's a little. I guess that's mean, but to be honest with you, hey, fuck him. He's 100 times over multimillionaire. He doesn't have to fucking read. You know. He can pay Stephen Hawking to read it for him. The sign says to go left.
Oh man.
Oh, whatever. Yeah,
Oh, I'm naming
I
it.
put him in a fucking wheelchair. Okay.
Oh, this is definitely going to be the other episode where we get a lot of heat for.
Oh god. Yeah, it's my fault. I put him in a wheelchair. Whatever. Um,
Oh.
oh my god.
Well, the Hogan thing all started.
Oh fuck Hulk Hogan. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
I wouldn't hit a dog on the ass with Hulk Hogan.
right,
So,
but
but
no,
dude, hey, that's just me. I mean,
yeah,
everyone has their favorites.
yeah. But let's move on now.
Please, yes.
Okay. So, have you heard any story going on with the?
Saying that he misses his brother and that kind of thing, but that's all I've seen. So
Well, yeah, but like something about but it happened about tournament